Your country presently due to come out of your 17-day fire break on the 9th of November. Given what we've heard from our Prime Minister over the weekend, would you consider extending that further?
We won't be extending it. We will be coming out of our fire break on the 9th of November. That was the deal we struck with people in Wales, that if we went early and we had a very sharp lockdown period, because these 17 days, we've really asked people in Wales to live with extraordinary restrictions, that by going early and by having a short but sharp set of fire breaks, we are confident that we will come out on the 9th of November.
How frustrating is it for you to see the furlough scheme extended now when the Chancellor was reluctant to do it when you asked?
Well, I suppose the main thing for me to say is that I'm always glad for any extra help for businesses here in Wales, and the extension of the furlough scheme will help Welsh businesses. So my main message is to be glad that that is happening. It is frustrating that when we ask the Chancellor for some flexibility in his schemes as we went into the fire break period, he told us that that wasn't possible. But when the Prime Minister decides to do it for England, lo and behold, it turns out to be possible after all. That will strike people in Wales as not being fair. The Treasury is meant to be the Treasury for the whole of the United Kingdom, not just one part of it.
I wonder what that might mean for future calls for an independence for Wales.
Well, what I say to people who make that argument is that we have a huge degree of independence already. We make our own laws here in our Senedd. We exercise the powers we have independently, as we have throughout the crisis, when I have thought it was right to do things for Wales, as we did with our early fire break period. We went ahead and made that independent decision. But at the same time, we are able to draw on the strength of the United Kingdom. We wouldn't be talking about millions of extra pounds of money for Welsh businesses if it wasn't for the fact that we are part of that big insurance policy that is the United Kingdom, paying in when we can, drawing out when we need it. I think Wales has the best of both worlds, a strong and assertive devolution settlement and membership of what I want to see as a successful United Kingdom.
You must be frustrated, though. I was chatting to Andy Burnham earlier on in this hour, actually, Mr. Drakeford, and he was basically saying the North feels like they're second-class citizens to what's happening in Westminster. Do the people of Wales feel the same?
Well, what I think I've been frustrated about is the fact that we have not had, throughout the coronavirus period, a sufficiently regular and reliable pattern of engagement with the UK government. The last COBRA meeting we had is nearly 3 weeks ago. I asked then for another meeting to discuss Sage's advice about a fire break period. The First Minister of Scotland wrote immediately to support that call, yet 3 weeks have gone by without a meeting of that sort happening. That's my frustration, that the UK government, in whose hands this lies, have not acted to bring us together around the table to share information, have those discussions, make better decisions with the reliability and the regularity that I think would have led to a stronger set of understanding and a stronger set of decisions. That has been frustrating and remains so.
How effective has the fire break been? I know there's another week or so to go, 8 days to go, but have you got any indication of how effective it's been?
Well, we've only got very early indications. We won't know whether the R number has come down as we wished it to be. We won't know whether we've stemmed the flow of people into hospitals for a week or two after the fire break ends. But we do have early figures of travel in Wales, and they are encouraging. There's a real drop-off in travel, and that demonstrates that people in Wales are abiding by the fire break rules. They are staying at home, they are working from home, they are avoiding contact with other people. And that's how we will need people to go on behaving after the fire break is over, asking each other, not what can I do, how far can I stretch the rules, but what should I be doing? How can I make my contribution to keeping myself and others safe by minimizing contact with other people, working from home wherever possible, doing all the things we know that help to keep one another safe from what is still a deadly virus.